Sunday evening, gotta be at the airport. Gonna leave at about 6:30 tomorrow morning. I've been using this selfie stick to shoot time lapse for the vlog, and I put it in the case. Where was I last? Was I in California? Sacramento. I left the ball head on and it snapped off. So I bought this new $10 ball head on Amazon. Hopefully this is a standard 1/4" thread. Well, it's a ball head on a ball head, but as long as I remember to remove it, it'll work. Getting in and out of airplanes 4 to 6 times every week. A lot of connecting flights. 2 legs, carry-on full of batteries. I think my heaviest bag on this show is the carry-on, so I'm experimenting with wheels out. I think it's a little easier to pull it out of the overhead bin and put it on the floor. All right, 14:40 local time. It's a travel day. We're gonna have lunch in 3 hours. Or sorry, dinner at some fancy place, I don't know, but I'm starving. I gotta find lunch, and then I'm not gonna be hungry when we have the fancy company dinner. But it is what it is. I'd rather do that than sit here and starve for the next 3 hours. It's a rough life. There are 8 U.S. states I have not worked in. This trip to Kentucky, I can scratch one off the list. I'm down to 7. It's funny, Kentucky, for like 20 years, I've had, every couple years, I book a job in Kentucky, and every time it falls through. The last one was, I think, 2 years ago. We had a shoot at a Toyota plant, and it got canceled because of a flood. And the shoot prior to that, it was the COVID cancellation. So finally got out there, and man, was it humid. Well, once again, it was this or the conference room. I fought for this one. It's a little toasty out here because there's so many windows and the sun's coming in right now. Silk's taking care of that, and I need that additional level to be able to hold the background. But I like this view. Unfortunately, we couldn't find a tall stool, which would have been better to get us above that gold railing. And it also would have been able to, above the railing, I can see some buildings right now, the way it's framed. I'm mostly, blue sky. I think our frame's about there. Different field of view. I see a little bit more window width on a 50 mil full frame. That railing was frustrating. The one thing I was looking for, we just ran out of time, would have been a tall chair or to just do the interview standing. But for consistency, matching the other interviews, they've got to be seated. And there just were no tall chairs. So we made it work. It was pretty hot and sunny. Greenhouse effect in there, glass on 2 sides of the room, and it was like a tall atrium 3 stories high of glass, and a break room 1 story below us. So it's a little bit noisy, but again, I'm always saved by this Octava mic, provided I have it right on the edge of frame, riding the frame line, making my producer nervous. I get usable sound. Previous booking in Kentucky canceled a few days out due to a severe weather event and flash flooding in the area. Ironically enough, a bunch of my friends went out there to cover the flood. I think I was on border stuff. I ended up working, even though this thing canceled. I picked up other work and I vlogged about it. Right now, I am midstream covering a flood event here in Texas. We'll cover that in an upcoming vlog, probably about 2 weeks out. These 5-in-1 reflectors I use for airline travel are starting to show their age. They're all newer models from Amazon, but I think all of this I purchased when I still lived in California, so 2019, 2018. They're just kind of dishing now. They don't fold out flat, and the zippers are blown out, and the threads are starting to fray. So I think before this travel show next year, I'll upgrade to some newers. 2 broken Pelican latches, ordered replacements, and there were color options. So, of course, I got them in orange to match my batteries, and removed the battery plate to run a dummy battery cable on the camera. And now I've discovered I can run a regular battery without the battery cover, and it makes the changeouts easier when I'm walking around these offices shooting B-roll. Got home last night about 10 p.m. Now I need to switch from airline mode to van mode. Today and tomorrow I'm working in Austin. I'm just gonna stay in a hotel up there, but I've got a 1:30 p.m. call time today, so I just need to pull the drone out of one of these Pelicans, and then I'm gonna take the FX3 gimbal, leave that in the roll-on, and then I've got an FX9 already prepped in the van, so I should be good. don't have to cross-contaminate too much, because on Monday I resume with the travel show. Austin, Texas, had a hot day at a construction site, working inside and out, and all the indoor did not have air conditioning. Every time I stay in a hotel in Texas, it's next to a highway. It's just the way it is in Texas. So today we shot only FX3 and handheld. It was more of a tech scout than a shoot day, but we did shoot a little bit. And this, when we originally chatted on this job, the thinking was I would do FX9 tripod, FX3 gimbal. But now, after seeing everything today, I think tomorrow I'm going to do FX30 tripod with an 11-16 wide angle lens for more architectural shots, interiors and exteriors. Reason being, I don't have a Sony 16-35 that covers full frame. It's on my wish list. It just hasn't been urgent. I haven't taken this FX30 out of the case since I got back from Antarctica. I bought this camera body specifically for that documentary, and my thinking is I was going to sell it when the show wraps. And yeah, I haven't used this since I got back from Argentina. And then I'm still in travel show mode. This shoot here in Austin had booked before we scheduled all the subjects for the award show, so they worked around me. I came home early this week, and we resume on the road for the next 2 weeks. So this is my airline carry-on. I don't want to bring this on the job site, so I'm going to move the mirrorless camera lenses batteries back over to a Pelican, which I'll use a cart to roll onto the job site tomorrow, and we'll cover that in the morning. See ya. Simple day. Start with some drone shots. Tripod for the FX30, 16-35, sorry, 11-16. And then FX3 will be handheld and some tripod. And I think I'm going to pull the 28-135 off the FX9 and put that in the case. Yeah, I'm going to do that. See if I have my body cap right here. Perfect. Unrestricted airspace up to 400 feet. It's the first one I've had in a while where I've been able to drone. The last like week and a half, everywhere we've been has been right next to an airfield and unable to fly. So that's good. I got my establishing shots of the property. I'm here early before the roofing crews resume for the day. So once they get up there, start working away, I'm gonna get some roof shots without actually having to go up on the roof. I think I'm ready to upgrade my drone. I want to get something that's got a couple of different lenses for more telephoto shots, so I can get more of that like parallax, is that what it's called, effect? When I like fly to the left and pan to the right. And a wide angle lens on the Air 2S, you just don't get much of that effect. Each year booked up on this travel show, which always gets priority because it's such a long run, and I really enjoy the team, the client, and the results that we get. Each time I miss out on a bunch of local work, usually 1 and little 2-day assignments. This time I missed covering a FIFA game, doing live feeds from the field for an international media company, and also missed some other domestic coverage for a network, different story that I haven't worked for that network in several years. So I'm afraid I'm getting up to 3 strikes and I'm out, but hopefully I'll be available on the next one.